we find, I was going to say radial head there, we find the fibular head, which is here, so we can have a little grab on it. Now, depending on whether we want to posteriorize it or we want to anteriorize it, we will change our hand positions. And we always want to have a little bit of a pisiform contact, so I'm going to contact the joint here. I'll tend to pad under the knee, and I need to secure above the medial or lateral malleoli. So sometimes we might maybe bring the foot off or place a towel there. The idea is it's just to make sure that the patient is comfortable, and it will depend. All right?
This is misery.
Yeah, use a hammer or something like that. I want to have a split stance, and I'm going to have a cross hand. I'm going to be doing this movement, okay? This movement, a shearing movement. Excellent. And I'm going to control the lower leg depending on which way I'm going to be going. So if I want to posteriorize it, I will support above the medial lateral malleoli, and I'm going to find the fibula, and I will lock in. So basically I'm creating a contact point. I like almost create a curve. You'll see when I do some manipulation stuff, I tend to sort of create a curve to get a contact on my pisiform, and I will start to almost shunt it backwards. So I can press and I will shunt it backwards. I want to make sure I'm in a strong position that I can literally lean this way. When I want to change direction, I change my hand position and I will start to drive it forwards. So I will place it and I will drive it forwards. The majority of the time, we want it's posteriorized, that we want to anteriorize it. But actually I find myself, by just mobilizing anterior posterior, you do get a very positive result. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. The key thing is we want to position ourselves like so. If we want to do it supine, just hunch back for me. Again, I'll pad the leg. I tend to just sit on the foot a little bit, to be honest, because I don't want there to be too much movement. And I know it's here. I'll stabilize the knee and I will start to shear like so. And I'll start, so I'm securing behind, securing the knee so there's not too much movement. And I'm lazy, I'll just have a little seat. If you want to, you can do this, but the problem there is there's a possibility of slipping. So I'll sit and I will secure, and it allows me to start shearing anterior posterior. Supine also gives me then immediate access down to the peripherals, which we're going to cover a bit later. So you can start combining it all quite nicely. So give it a little seat, secure, get your landmark, and just literally what I'm doing is I'm just leaning my body backwards and forwards. Rather than using my arms, just start to shear the joint, like so. You may even hear a little clunk. Okay?
And it's a very good acupuncture for...
Tibialis anterior. Gallbladder.
Gallbladder
34.
That's the one. 34, whatever it is. I know. That one.
Can you show the one lying on the side one more
Of
time?
course, yeah. That's a TCM point. Gallbladder here, and then dorsal pedal tend to be looking at the extra segmental aspect of acupuncture, but that's a whole other thing. Right, on your side facing that way for me. And then. So all you'll do is you'll control the bottom, and we will either posteriorize, so secure and drive with our pisiform contact back, or move forward. From this side, you can do, but it's, for me, you can do it, but I'm not a massive, I think it's easier to create a lock for there, and then all I've got to do is just lean, not as robustly as that.
No, but
that's quite enthusiastic. Her fibular head might end up like a cafe. But there are many ways of doing it. Christ, you could even do it freaking prone if you wanted to, and lock it in and start to jib. There's a million ways of doing it. Let's stick with these two to start with, and then have a little go. Right, thank you. I don't know whose towel.